Hey guys, thanks for checking out the podcast. Before we get started, I want to remind you about the very cool bucket list trip I am doing in 2026, the Smitty Learns Irish podcast, where I'm going to do my bucket list, hike Ireland for a year, learn about Irish history, town by town, through the mouths of the pub owners and regulars. Because what's a better way to learn about something you love than to experience it yourself? Patreon.com/we3smiths, only $3 a month, and thanks for checking it out. And hello, welcome to the Smith Hole. My name is Smitty from the What the Hell Everything podcast, and it is now time for a full-length album reaction to the album Once from Nightwish from 2004. This is an album that I've kind of been looking forward to, man. It kind of took me a little bit to get onto the Nightwish train, so to speak. You know, symphonic metal was definitely not my cup of tea going into this thing. I've heard not a lot of symphonic metal, but I've heard symphonic metal before, and I was always just kind of like, I wasn't really sure how much I enjoyed it. But going down the Nightwish rabbit hole, a lot of live stuff, and finally getting into some studio stuff as well, which, as I said before, there's some Nightwish fans that really prefer them live, and I see it. They're great live, and I would love to see them live one day, but I always gravitate to studio recordings, man, almost always. Now, is there a chance that could change? It's been told to me that, yeah, you will change your mind. Maybe. Who knows? I am open-minded to anything. But really gravitate towards studio albums because I like to hear the nuance of an album. I like to hear things that you don't, normally hear on a live version because you just can't pull it off. They pull off a lot live, but hopefully you understand. Fuck yeah, that was a complete 180 for me than Nemo. And now we're going to go into Creek Mary's Blood. Complete 180. See, this is why I think listening to albums is so fucking valuable. You know? Because you don't get... You hear, if I would have just heard Nemo, I'd have been like, I don't know if I would have ever wanted to listen to this band again, if that was the first song. But listening to albums and hearing more stuff from this band too, just hear the different little things. I feel like it's fairly Gaelic, and I love it. I love this song so far. Man, I love that little bass line too. I had to pause it real quick because I am predicting it's going to amp up. I was hoping it was going to keep that really sort of understated vibe and that I'm really fucking enjoying. At least keep it for a while. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I like this just little understated sort of like Gaelic vibe to it. And I heard there's a lot of Gaelic influence and they do a lot of Gaelic music, or songs rather. So I definitely want to hear some of that. I'm into that shit, man. Man, I was saying in that delivery that she has, I bet you that I love her delivery. I bet you that's my favorite vocal delivery that I've heard from her so far. And I was that's one reason why I was kind of hoping that they would keep that vibe. I got to mention the solo. There's people that might hate this, and I don't hate that solo. But there's a lot of times to me that what could be considered not. I didn't write the song. I am clearly not talented. But as a listener, a misplaced solo, an electric guitar solo, a lot of times can be misplaced for me. You put it in the wrong spot, and you're just like, oh, you just killed the vibe. And they didn't really kill the vibe with that solo, but I was way into what was happening, and the solo sort of threw me off from it, and it introduced the metal aspect, I want to say, a little more into the song after that solo. I'm really glad they brought it down there, but sometimes a solo might not need to be there. Could be the best way to put it. glad they're finishing how they started. I was gonna say that sounded like, at the beginning, some sort of Native American. I didn't know if that made me racist or not. But I think it sounds like some form of Native American, some dialect of Native American. I'm not sure which one, obviously, because I don't speak any dialects of Native American. I thought at first it could have been like Irish Gaelic or Scottish Gaelic or something like that, because I think a lot of those languages share like some phonetic similarities, Native American and like Gaelic and things, not Latin based, I think. But I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of shit. Creek Mary's Blood sounds like something that could be a Native American reference somewhere, somehow, maybe, anyway? So maybe there was nothing Gaelic about it. Now the siren. Sounds like Les Mis. I ain't talking shit. I love Les Mis, man. What the hell? Everything.